Hey guys, in today's episode I compile everything we know about the April update. We have some pretty interesting balance changes and no gem rush again. All that and more in today's episode of Clash World. Hey guys, Legendaray here, and welcome back to another episode of Clash World. In this weekly show, we take a look at the most recent announcements from the Clash Royale team, the hottest topics in CR eSports, as well as what's going on in the community. Then, we'll finish off the episode by breaking down the meta and featuring my off-meta deck of the week. If you're enjoying Clash Worlds, then please leave a like, subscribe, and hit that bell to get notified of every new video that comes out. Also, go check me out on Twitter. I'm pretty active on there now, so link to it will be in the description. And with that out of the way, let's get right into the first section, New in the Arena. New in the Arena is where we find out about what the Supercell team has been up to this past week. First things first, we know almost nothing about the upcoming update, but here's at least a statement in response to a post as to why. Thanks for the message. I'm stoked that you're excited for the update. Sorry to disappoint, but we don't want to reveal anything just yet. We're still working on getting the update polished and making sure that it's the best experience for everyone. And I wouldn't want to promise that it's coming only for us to find something in testing that delays it and leaves our players hanging. However, me and Seth are filming the April update TV Royale tomorrow, so we're getting the ball rolling. Now, I'm glad that we at least have a response, so instead of confirmed news, I'll quickly recap everything that we know over the current moment. Again, none of the things that I'm about to go over are 100% confirmed to be in the update, but the dev team has been, at least trying out some of these changes. First, they want to make ladder play a better experience for everyone. What should the length of a season be? Should they be themed? How much story can Clash Royale hold? Ladder, being the main game mode of Clash Royale, is surprisingly infuriating with a ton of problems, so I'm glad that this is finally a big focus for the dev team. Next up, the update could also come with some constant casual game modes for you to enjoy, so that there is an alternative to 2v2 and friendly battles when it comes to casual playing. This is somewhat similar to the Brawl Stars battle screen, with up to 5 different modes that you are able to choose from. Speaking of game modes, they teased a mega deck game mode that they have been playtesting. Also, remember a few months ago when a few Redditors actually managed to data mine some leaked game modes, including 3v3 as well as King of the Hill. Then, they also confirmed that they finished up a new UI. Whether this is a user interface for the entire game or just a single feature, I honestly have no idea. Finally, we have up to 2 new cards that could be coming in April. One of them might be a troop with a pulling/hook mechanic. Think Gene Super from Brawl Stars. Oh, and hey, remember that Goblin Bruiser they teased way back when?
Roll recruit, Barbarian Barrel, Goblin Bruiser, Goblin Bruiser, Goblin Bruiser.
That hasn't come out yet. Now, that's all I have for the update so far, and I mean, honestly, if they implement most of the things on this list, it already sounds like a pretty decent update. And as always, it's that time of the month again, balance change week. Again, we have some super unexpected changes, so I'll quickly go over them right now. Which spawns 3 skeletons when destroyed. Wow, this change, for me at least, was pretty unexpected. Which is one of those cards that is really good on the ladder, especially at that 4k to 5k trophy range, yet doesn't do so hot at a tournament standard. Despite that, however, I still didn't think that this buff was necessary. The Witch might be viable now at a tournament standard, but I really hope that this doesn't make the Witch super OP on ladder. Flying Machine, hit speed reduced from 1 second to 1.1. Alright, the Flying Machine with a pretty well-deserved nerf in my opinion. This almost 10% DPS nerf will help fix its over 60% win rate, which is one of the highest in the entire game. So, hopefully this nerf will give the Flying Machine the slight tone down that it needs. Ram Rider, snare movement reduction reduced to 85%. Another nerf that I thought was a pretty good decision as well. The Ram Rider was a really popular win condition in this meta, and in my opinion, the snare was the feature that was causing most of the problems. So that was exactly what the balance team nerfed. The snare movement reduction has been reduced, meaning that there will no longer be a permanent stun from the Ram Rider. Definitely a very interesting change to say the least. Giant Skeleton. First attack from 0.5 to 0.3 seconds, mass increased from 15 to 18. Wow, a giant skeleton buff as well? This is honestly pretty crazy. As you know, first attack speed changes are always pretty big buffs as we have seen in the past Magic Archer, so I really hope Giant Skeleton doesn't become meta after this change. In addition, the increase in mass will make it a lot harder to deal with in general, as it'll just be harder to nudge around. Bandit, hit points minus 4%. Alright, this was a card that a lot of you asked for in the comments section on my balance video, and I do agree. A bandit nerf was really needed in this meta, so the balance team again delivered. This slight decrease in HP makes her a lot less annoying to deal with, dying to different troops in one less shot. Looks like she won't be connecting the tower so much anymore. Goblin Hut, spawn speed increase from 4.75 to 4.5. Uh-oh, this is the change that I'm a little bit finicky about. Remember that Goblin Hut meta a long time ago? Yeah, that was when the Goblin Hut was super annoying to face. According to Supercell, this nerf would address the Lava Hound, but still, I don't see this card used against Lava Hound as much as it is used in control and spawner decks. Overall, I thought these were some pretty solid changes. They hit most of the cards I believe that should have been touched, bar the Snowball, and they also touched a few more underused cards at Tournament Standard. Hopefully ladder won't be a mess of witches and giant skeleton, but honestly, who knows? Let me know what you guys think about the balance changes in the comments section below. Now that's gonna do it for New in the Arena. It's time to check out the eSports update. The eSports update is a segment where we take a look at the new and rising pro players as well as recent eSports competitions. This week, CRL China is well underway, and you can check out their streams on any of these websites, and stay tuned by checking on their Twitter. I'll link it down below for those of you that are interested. Now that we're caught up with the most recent esports news, let's check out the rising rumors. First things first, Supercell Gemrush? No, oh, well, okay then. Now, as we're slowly but surely approaching the April update, the community has begun to come up with several interesting features that I think the Clash team should really take into consideration and maybe even implementing. The first one is a clan quest feature created by 3bod on Reddit. Basically what they are quests that are limited to clans. They appear in the chat randomly at random times. The members in the clan have to be quick enough to do them as they have a certain participation limit. Now, I absolutely love this idea. Maybe the quests could be a little more win or crown count based, but I think it really does encourage more clan activity, interaction, and teamwork. Also, the rewards should be pretty nice as well. Let me know what you think about this idea in the comments below. Next up, we have a PvE concept by ParandipTG on the Reddit. Basically, it's a single player element into Clash Royale. Here's a quick summary. Campaign mode is a new game mode which you battle against the AI. The opponent will be similar to the trainer we have right now, but as one progresses in campaign mode, the opponents will keep on getting harder to defeat. The reward obtained depends on how many crowns you get. So if you get 1 crown and the total rewards are 300 gold, you'll only get 100. If you 3 crown your opponent, then you will get the full rewards. After beating 5 regular opponents, you will get a boss fight. In boss fight mode, the opponent doesn't have any tower, but rather a single troop or building with really high hit points, which you'll have to kill in order to win. In my opinion, a single player mode would definitely be a very unique and fun feature that would definitely add more depth and rewards into the game. And finally, we have quite a few new emotes in the community as well. I'll quickly put a few on the screen right now in the background. Be sure to comment your favorite ones down below. And now that we've covered the trending topics in the community, let's go ahead and break down the meta. Now of course, as balances will be coming into place tomorrow, I will be making a prediction on how these balances will affect the meta. I think Fireball Bait First Things First will still be a very meta deck, even after that nerf to the Flying Machine, as Barbarians, Zappies, Royal Hogs, and even the Magic Archer will still be effective Fireball Bait cards. P.E.K.K.A obviously is still going to be meta, as it pretty much is always a great answer to beat down, and I feel like even if P.E.K.K.A Ram Rider decreases in usage, maybe something like P.E.K.K.A Ram or even P.E.K.K.A Goblin Hut could see a comeback. Bridge spam will be a little weaker now with Bandit receiving a slight tone down, but I still think she'll be used in Bridge spam and P.E.K.K.A as well. And finally, I don't think Expo, Royal Giant, Balloon, or Golem usage will be seeing any change, as they still seem like solid win conditions after this balance. So that's the meta for you guys. Now let's check out the off-meta deck of the week. That's right, in each Clash Royale episode, we're going to be featuring one off-meta deck that works in the current meta. This week's deck was submitted by Barties100, and it's a very fun Giant Double Prince deck. This deck is a pretty classic beatdown deck that has very versatile defensive cards, such as E-Drag or Executioner, as well as both Princes. So you want to play this deck as any other classic beatdown deck, although you can spend a good amount of elixir defending in single elixir time. Then, after a good defense, build up that massive push to overwhelm your opponent. Double Princess is such a fun combo to play with, so without further ado, let's get right into a battle. Alright, so looks like we're going to be hopping into a battle against the killer from the Clan Clash 2 IT Alb. So good luck to this guy. And starting off this match, we do have our skeletons in our starting hand. So we're going to go ahead and just play those down to help cycle our deck. And now that we have our giant in hand, we're going to kind of wait for him to make the first move. Generally with beatdown, you know, you're going to kind of just chill out. You know, play the emote game if you're if you're feeling like it here. Alright, so I feel like just making a giant right here. Oh wow, he actually goes with a lumberjack at the exact same time, so kind of unlucky. If I just waited a second longer, he would have made the first move, but whatever. We'll just go with the dark prince right there. That'll go ahead and distract that lumberjack. It'll take that thing down and try and, you know, preserve as much health on our giant. And looks like we're gonna be facing a golem beatdown deck. So let's see here. Okay, we're just gonna go with an E-Drag here. I could have poisoned, but I feel like the Night Witch would have just walked out the poison, and that would not have been good for us. So here, we're gonna have that E-Drag right there. It'll help splash out some of those bats. And let's see here. Let's go with an Executioner as well. Not sure what big spell he is carrying. Okay, looks like it's poison, and that's actually a pretty big commitment. And Golem, I don't think this is the Golem variation with guards. So if we go with a Prince at the bridge, I don't think he has a good answer. And as you can see, I don't think he has anything. Lumberjack gets destroyed. He's gonna go with a NATO, but I think he's dry on elixir. That is going to be a ton of damage onto that tower, taking it down to 673 HP. So yeah, definitely looking really good right there after that first push. As you can see, I was able to predict what cards he had in his deck. And yeah, let's just get ready for it with another giant in the back, as this guy seems pretty pissed off. He's probably gonna go with the golem. Yep, there it is. And of course, against the golem, we have the Inferno Dragon. So actually, we're gonna play it over here because he does have the tornado, and we don't want him to tornado our Inferno Dragon to the opposite lane. And as we head into double extra time, let's just get both of our dragons down, get a poison onto that Night Witch, because that Night Witch is staying inside that poison range. He's gonna go with the lumberjack as well, but Giant's still gonna get one swing, two swings on the tower, taking down to 35 HP. Let's go an Executioner right there. Let's go skeletons to kite everything over, and let's also go ahead and go with a Prince right there. That'll go ahead and pretty much take all of this stuff out. Look at all this stuff just getting absolutely destroyed by our defense. E-Drag will even finish the rest of that 25 seconds left. I do not see him coming back. We just absolutely shut this guy down. Let's go with a Giant opposite lane. If everything goes wrong, we'll still have a push going to that other tower, but of course he's gonna give me that poison value onto the tower with the Night Witch, so we're definitely gonna take that, taking down that tower, taking that Night Witch down as well. 5 seconds left. That golem is not getting to our tower, and that is going to be GG right there. As you can see, just absolutely finessing this golem deck. So there we go, guys. That was the off meta deck of the week. I definitely recommend you guys give this deck a try. Really good, really fun combination to play. And if you want to submit your own deck to be featured, feel free to leave it in the comment section below. And unfortunately, guys, that's all I've got time for in today's episode. If you enjoyed, please leave a like down below, as well as a subscription to my channel. And as always, this is Legendaray, and I'm signing off. See you guys next time.